Hello and welcome to Mind Vomit. In today's video, I'm working on some sketches, trying to come up with some new ideas and concepts. So a lot of times what I do is I will create random shapes in a sketchbook. As you can see here, I started with like a rectangle and I got this kind of robotic looking face going. But what I'm trying to do is just draw random shapes and come up with different designs and trying to warm up a little bit. It takes a little time to get your creativity kind of going, and this first sketch, I did not like it at all. The robot here. So I draw this egg shaped kind of looking thing, and I started to realize it looks like a pointy head guy with kind of angry. So I started sketching this out a little bit and just trying different things, and then I started to realize, you know that is it Never Ending Story, where there's the big rock guy who rides the big rock bicycle or whatever? I started to realize he kind of looks like that, and I was like, if I turned him into like a rock looking guy, then it'd be this spitting image of him. So I don't exactly know where that came from. But I'm just messing around here, making different shapes. Here I made another rounded rectangle type design, and just trying different things. This one is looks like oh yeah. I was trying to make a what is that called? A orange sickle or whatever, where it's like the orange ice cream with the vanilla ice cream in the middle. But I was trying to make it kind of cute looking, so I made this design here. But basically, a lot of times what I do is I just open my sketchbook and I just kind of sit down and just draw random things, random shapes, try to make something out of those shapes. Like, what do I see in those shapes? And eventually, after drawing a little bit, things start flooding through my mind, like different ideas that I no longer need to make shapes for. They just start popping into my head. So here, I'm starting to make like a oval circular design, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to make out of it, but it eventually turns into like a dog looking character. And I figured since the ice cream is dripping there, I should probably like draw his tongue like he's trying to catch those drips, because dogs will eat anything at all. So that's what I was doing with this one here. But after I got these initial sketches done, and keep in mind, none of these are really that spectacular. I mean, I do like the orange sickle one. That's kind of cool, and I've been thinking about making an earring out of it in the future, like a resin earring with an actual wood stick. But I'm just kind of playing around here with different ideas, and then things start popping into my head, and this is where things start to go a little crazy, because I start to draw this triangular shape. Like, I already have a picture in my head for this one. There's no drawing random shapes anymore. My brain is warmed up and it is ready to go. So, and my next video is actually going to be on this drawing, because I actually take this sketch and I actually run it in Adobe Illustrator and make a design out of it, because I wanted a nice, crisp, clean design. I could see it in my head. I could see the coloring and everything. And I just wanted to turn it into a nice, crisp, clean design that maybe I could use on a t-shirt or a sticker or something like that. But I'm just kind of going through here and fleshing it out, and the next video will be inking this design in Adobe Illustrator. I'll be inking it all out, getting all the black lines in there and things. And then the video after that will be coloring it in Adobe Illustrator. And to be honest, the way this artwork turned out was actually really kind of cool. Like, I kind of blew my own mind, like I've said in previous videos, like sometimes I don't know where I'm going with my artwork, and I don't really have a clue, but when it's completed, I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Like, I in my head it was pink ice cream. I changed it up in the final design, and I think it was a good change because it added more character to it. But you will see that if you keep watching the future videos. But I would suggest that almost anybody who's an artist get a sketchbook like this, a small one that you can just whip out little ideas quickly. That's all I'm doing, is just knocking these out. This one here, this created kind of a conundrum in my head, because like I started thinking of those Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pops, how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop, and so I started to draw one, and I thought, Wouldn't that be weird if like the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop started licking itself? Then like if he became addicted to himself, he would lick himself to death. So that was kind of like a weird conundrum to be in. Like you're a sucker and you like lick yourself and it tastes real good, but you're like, I don't know, if I keep this up I'm gonna die. It's like just weird thoughts from Mind Vomit's head, you know, like that's what happens when you're drawing. And this reminded me, man, I can't speak. This reminded me of an old drawing I did a long time ago, where I did a fish in a skillet with a party hat on, and I gave it to somebody, and I think they lost it or didn't keep it or something. And I thought it was really good, but to be honest, it probably wasn't. So I decided to kind of just redraw the concept here, just to flesh it out on paper. And so I guess this fish, he's being cooked, but he's going out with a bang, I guess you could say. And I might turn this one into another more clean artwork. Above my hand there, might look a little weird. You might wonder what that is. I tried to draw a cartoon rib. And the reason being is because where I work, one of our vendors makes ribs, and someone was like, you should do a cartoon rib or a bobblehead rib for him or whatever. So I was just trying to see what a rib would look like, and I didn't draw it right. I should have looked at what ribs actually look like, but I just kind of drew it from my head. And then this here is, I don't know if some of my videos feature cars, and I will say that I have been interested in cars. I was actually potty trained with Hot Wheels, so I would use the toilet when I was little, and my parents would give me a Hot Wheels car if I did it. And then I got smart, and I would sit on the toilet and not actually go to the bathroom and ask for a car. But then they got wise to that. But I've always been a car person, and so I just decided I try to stay away from drawing these Rat Fink style kind of cartoon cars, because everybody does it. To be honest, it's everybody does it. There's nothing new. It's just, you know, I always try to do something different. But in this case, I was thinking of when I was a kid, the Santa Cruz Slasher skateboard and the Santa Cruz Slasher that was on that skateboard. And I always thought that kind of Santa Cruz Slasher character would be cool in a hot rod. So here I just decided to just mess around and create a random hot rod and put the Santa Cruz Slasher style character in the hot rod. It's not the Santa Cruz Slasher specifically, I'm just working from memory, but it's similar. I just thought that'd be kind of cool. So I just did this for fun. I mean, even though I don't usually do hot rod cartoons like this, it was just kind of fun to do, kind of fun to whip out real quick. But I just hope, want you guys to take from this is that sometimes you don't always have an idea of what to draw. And if you sit down with a sketchbook like this and just start drawing random shapes and see what you can make from it, you might be surprised what your mind comes up with, and starts to bring out on the paper. So I just thought I'd show you that and give you a little piece of advice before we start our next video, where I actually ink that ice cream cone. Hope you loved the video. Thanks. Bye.